All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about Sweet Georgia Brown, the first part, and I guess I'll do another video and show you the second part, which is similar to the first part. Okay, but the main thing is to get the form down and realize that there's 4 measures of D, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 4 measures of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 3 of F, 3, and then, okay, 1 measure. So each measure would be playing a bass note, pinch, bass note, pinch, that's 1 measure, okay? Now, the basic melody is like, so you do that in D. Now when you go to C, you can't quite do that, so normally I go to this G position to go, and I do a slide. So, okay, let me do that again. Now normally you'd go back to this note, but I just go back 1 note to the 4-string 8th fret. So I'm doing it. One more time. Okay, and then when you go up to the C, you go up to the, you make the C chord here, which means you're playing the 4-string 10th fret, so you go to the C. Okay, so you're doing the same thing you just did with G down here, except you're doing it into C. So I'm going to start with G. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to C. Okay, so what's the point of this? The point is that you've got these 4-measure sequences where you're playing 1 chord and you can play whatever you want to. So if I'm in D, I'm going, or again. Okay, then I can do the same thing in G. Back to C. Okay, and unfortunately I'm not going to break these licks down. So the first time we're going, here we go. And then you just roll the F. Okay. Now, if you want to play during those 4 measures of D a different D lick, so if you want to go, instead of going, you can go up here and play this lick. It's not melody. Okay, now let me show you how this works. So I'll play a couple different ways, and keep in mind 4 Ds, 4 Gs, 4 Cs, 3 Fs, and an A, okay? So here we go, and let's see if you can keep track of where we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I can play that same thing. This time I'll, just to orient you, I'll play the D, and then when I do the C, the G and the C, I'll play some other things, and the melody will kind of be in your head even though it doesn't exist on the banjo. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play, forget about the second part, I'm going to play the first part twice again, and you can see how I vary just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we'll play it again. And this is for demonstration only. So now let's say we're going to get a little crazy, and I'll play it twice, first part, even though that's not how the song goes. And the second time I'm going to shift up to a D here, and you can see what happens. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you'll follow along and, just count the 4 Ds as I'm playing the 4 Gs and the 4 Cs, you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Here we go. 1, and this time I'll play the first 4 measures of D, and then I'll start going into different variations of the G and the C. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry. We're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. F. Okay, so all I did was, instead of playing F here, I just moved it up and just played the first 2 strings. Alright, now I'm going to just do a jam, and I'm going to keep playing the first part over and over. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll do it again. And once again, first part, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the whole point of this is you take your 4 measures of D and you just figure out what licks could work with it. So in the first 4 measures, it's, you could do that, or you could go, or you could go, or you could go, or you could go. Anyway, does that make sense? So you just find your licks in each of the 3 chords you're doing, and you just play around with it, play it real slow, and hopefully it was interesting. I don't know that you're going to learn anything, but it was interesting.